Carruth. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you guys?
How are you feeling after that? That was a little bit nervy, but I assume you knew that she was going to do it.
Yeah, it was a good first opening round for her. She definitely won the first round. I thought she would have won it by a bigger margin. Second round, you have to say the Thailand girl came back into it, and then the third round was a bit of, it was touch and go in the third round, but you have to say Kellie got the better shots off at the end, and probably the last minute just creeped in there, it doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win, when it's in semi-finals and finals, so she's in the Olympic final on the 8th of August. Amazing. All week, not long now, she's boxed exactly the same days that I boxed in 29 years ago. Today, I won my semi-final 29 years ago.
Right.
And I beat a Thailand boxer in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So we're hoping history can repeat itself now on the 8th of August, and Kellie becomes the first Dublin female boxer to win an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk us through the mentality of medal week then, Michael? Because I assume that when you have the bronze secured, there is not a level of satisfaction, but a kind of something goes off in your brain that, I've achieved something. But how quickly do you need to park that to fight well in a semi-final?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't get too carried away with, obviously, your first fight is your most important fight, once you get over that first hurdle, you can be lucky enough that you can be fighting for a medal in your second fight or even your third fight, which Kellie's happened to be our second fight as well. So with that, once you got that, mantle of becoming an Olympic medalist, it can take the pressure off you a little bit, or it can put it back onto you even more so again, because then you want to get further, but I think it takes more pressure off you than anything else. And, she was very relaxed getting into the ring tonight, or this morning again. And if she can, carry that same mantle for the next couple of days, obviously we live in a world of communication now. We didn't back 30 years ago. We only had phone calls and, fax messages coming through, So with that, she's to stay off her phone as much as she can. Give herself maybe, half an hour, 40 minutes a day to talk to our loved ones and family and friends and what have you. But, has to concentrate now for the next couple of days in, getting the tactics right against this girl. But most importantly is getting over the fight, getting what she needs to do, get home, back to the Olympic Village, and realise that now she's in an Olympic final. She's one step away from becoming, an Olympic gold medalist, and it's well in her capability. There's no question about it.
How hard is it to be as relaxed as she looks to be at the moment?
Again, you can throw a lot of faces on television to look relaxed. I'm sure her head is racing a million miles an hour like mine was back then as well. It's the people around you as well will help out. It's the people, your coaches and your management will help out. Your teammates will help out. Sometimes you just want to get away from the boxing as well. I actually, the night before I done the Olympic final, I was doing 10-pound film bowling with Paul Buttermer, in the Olympic Village. You know what I mean? So it was just keep my mind off what was the inevitable of going into an Olympic final. Listen, she's got great people around her. Her coach at home, Noel Burke, who I work with, great guy as well. So he'd be sending messages over as well. But again, like I said, restrict that phone thing. She's here to do a job, and the job is to become an Olympic champion. And no better person have we got than Kellie to try win this.
Yeah, she speaks about not being on her phone at all. That a few people had asked her after her fight, would you be in touch with your parents? She said, I'll send them a message, but that's it then. I won't be talking to anybody else. She puts the phone away and she's just concentrating on the task ahead. She's very, very calm. How tough is it to be that calm in that situation?
I think it's in your makeup, it's in your genetics. Kellie was always that type of person as well. I was a little bit the way as well. I wouldn't, get too much flustered. I only thought about boxing about 15 minutes before I had to do it. You know what I mean? And if she can bring that type of thing into her head as well, let's start concentrating now 15 minutes prior to this event and start working yourself up. There's no point in doing it 2 days beforehand. She's right what she's doing in relation to her founding her family and things like that. But again, it's one of those things. It'd be a restriction as well with the boxing as well. Like the phones will be taken off them as well, and given back at a suitable time. So that's what happens as well with them when they go away on teams as well. So it's, again, she doesn't need any distractions. That's what she doesn't need now. She needs now to relax the next day or two, get her weight right for the 8th of August, and give this one a hell of a go. You know what I mean? And I think she can. Now, let's be honest as well. This Brazilian girl she boxes as well is no mug. She is absolutely no mug. I watched her fight, her semi-final there as well. She has every ray of punch that you could imagine. She likes to get into a battle, which Kellie can't have her doing. Kellie has to keep her up on her toes and keep her moving. So easier said than done sometimes.
And she seems to have a serious amount of power as well, Michael. I know obviously that's doesn't matter what level of boxing you're fighting at. Obviously that's key, but there is a way around that. Obviously at amateur level. And do you think that Kellie will be able to outthink Ferreira's power to a certain degree on Sunday?
Absolutely. If you were to pick any boxer in the world to fight this Brazilian, you'd pick Kellie to fight her. Because Kellie has footwork. She needs to keep her hands up a little bit more than she did today. I know that's her style of fight. You know what I mean? But this girl can punch. She packs a bit of power as well. So she just needs to concentrate more on her defensive side. But she cannot get into a war with this girl. If she gets into a war with it, it's going to suit the Brazilian. Kellie needs to keep her, at long range. The 1-2 slipping off her left hook, and shots that land and are seen to be landing. And that's what she's been doing for the whole championship. Listen, again, I kind of base it on around a 50-50 chance here. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, it's going to be exciting getting up now Sunday morning at 6 o'clock to have a look at this. You know what I mean? But I hope half the nation, if not all the nation, are up supporting her.
As you mentioned at the very top, Michael, there's an opportunity here now for Dublin to have a female gold boxing medalist as well as a male gold boxing medalist at the Olympic Games. From speaking to people in boxing circles, just how much of an important influence is this woman having on the young people of Dublin at the moment?
Well, it's a cliche. The Olympic Games is one of our best, forms of recruitmency. You know what I mean? When myself and Wayne McCullough done what we done back 29 years ago, the amount of people who joined boxing, and I was always looking at the Olympic Games when I was a kid, and wanted to emulate the great fighters of past, when I became a boxer. So it is a huge recruitmency for us. It's our best form of recruitmency as well. So as we said, we didn't have a great Rio Games, but a lot of countries were the same as us in that category as well. So, we've bounced back and we've produced 2 medals at this Olympic Games, which is phenomenal. We're now bringing our total to 18 medals in total Irish boxing. And what it does for the younger generation is it shows them that there is a better way as well. Sport is a better way in life. And, she's given that in multiple interviews as well, Kellie, in a sense that, she's always encouraging boys and girls to take up boxing, and this is gonna be great for not just Dublin boxing but for Irish boxing. That she's in an Olympic final, and it'll be we hope it'll be a big push on for kids to join boxing. Obviously, we're in a bit of a pickle here in Ireland in relation to our boxing clubs are pretty much still closed to indoor training. We can only do outdoor training. But, we're hoping that restrictions will be lifted soon and we can get back to some kind of normality.
Are you guys outdoor training at the moment? Are you starting to see a little bounce from even the whole team having... there have been ups and downs, but relatively there's been a lot of prominence from this Irish boxing team and a lot of good moments, even though a lot of them have ended in heartbreak ultimately. But are you starting to see a little bit of a bounce from this Olympics already?
Yeah, you can feel it already. There's kids wanting to join clubs. Already. It's we had a couple of new members there want to join. There's a protocol in relation to joining boxing clubs now as well. We have to adhere to Sport in Ireland and of course to the HSE as well, which we are all doing. So again, this won't go away in a day or two. If Kellie wins this Olympic gold medal, it's not gonna. This is gonna push every young female athlete to wanting to do what they want to do. It'll push every male athlete to become an Olympic champion as well. So it's a huge boost for boxing and sport in general. When you look at the rowers, the girls doing the rowing, winning the bronze medal, and the two boys winning the gold medal, it's been a phenomenal Olympic Games for us, and it's well deserved at the boxing, because we have put the work in over the years, as all the other sports have as well. But it's been a very, very good Olympic Games for Team Ireland.
Yeah, and just speaking on that, Michael, we put the work in over the years. Kellie is definitely someone who's done that. What has she been like, I suppose, growing up? I know you mentioned you'd know Burke well. She's obviously put the effort in over the years, and she is 31 now. People are saying she's a bit of a late bloomer, but she's really put that hard graft behind her.
I don't think age has nothing to do with it, in the sense that, skill is skill, and, determination and commitment is, you can be any age. I was looking at the equestrian the other day, and there was one lad who's 62 years old on the horse. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to put age as an excuse. She's, Kellie has been there a long time. There's no question about it. It's one of the things that, she was probably under Katie's shadow for a long time, and, it's not a bad shadow to be under in relation to, who Katie Taylor was and who she is still, So with that, Kellie has, she's age won't matter to her in that regard. She's got 3 rounds to become an Olympic champion, and if you handed that to her going out in an envelope, she would have took it off you straight away, you know what I mean? So it's one of those types of things, but I wouldn't. The age thing won't matter to her at all in that regard, I think her opponent's 29, so there's not too much in the difference between the two of them,
So you got the roundabout named after you in Drimna after you won the gold medal, Michael. What will Kellie Harrington get?
Oh, listen, come here. She's in North in a city, and it's a great community. Some great boxing clubs there as well. So with that, listen, she's not going to the Olympic Games to have a roundabout named after her. She's going to the Olympic Games to win an Olympic gold medal. You know what I mean? And
that's a good point.
The bottom line of that is. She, listen, she's been really, her community are phenomenal. They have always been behind her 100%, and we need a little bit of laughter in our life as well in this pandemic as well, and she brings that to you as well, particularly with our little quotes from The Lion King. I don't know where she's going with that one, but I'm definitely going to give her a slag match with that one. Akuna Matata, there you go. Even there's the other Olympic champion saying it now. There you go. So, but listen, it's been an absolute great roller coaster, in the last couple of weeks, and to be looking at the team, and obviously Aidan Walsh needs to get a mention here as well. Yeah, winning the bronze medal, and unfortunately, trying to emulate me doing the jump, he done his ankle in. So it's but that's what happens, It's just the sheer moment when you're declared an Olympic medalist is, you're part of the elite club, and when you're part of the elite club, you're part of forever, So unfortunately, he done a bit of damage to himself and couldn't continue. But I'm saying he's good at it now, because when you see what Kellie has done now, he'd love to have gotten that far as well. But again, that's boxing, I mean, it's a tough sport, and you pick up injuries. Unfortunately, we didn't think he'd pick it up that way. He done it, I mean. But life is life, I mean. So
your ankle was okay in '92, was it?
Mine was bang on. I waited to the final to jump. You know what I mean? So I was okay. So there was no fights after that. So
one last thing, Michael. Just can you try and put us into Kellie Harrington's head over the next few days? What was the last thing you were thinking before stepping into that ring for that final in '92? What do you think she will be thinking on Sunday morning?
Well, they'll do their tactics. They'll do that probably tomorrow. And don't go overboard with, the tactics, because sometimes it doesn't work, you know what I mean? And, you should really have 2 or 3 plans in relation to which way this goes. Because if plan A doesn't work and if you don't have plan B, you're in trouble. So John and Zora will look at that as well. Great fighters, I believe, do what they do best is that, sometimes plan A, B and C is not working. They go to their own devices and they learn how to win themselves. And that's what great fighters do, and that's what she is. She's a great fighter, and if it's not working, she'll find a way of what is working for her and stick to it, So I think she just needs not to be obviously stay away from the media as much as they can as well. Give a couple of interviews, but just, mainly concentrate on getting her body back to what she wants it back to in relation to. She's after having 3 hard fights there as well. It is getting, turning stages as well. She's only got 3 days and she's fighting the Olympic final again. So again, it's one of those things. It's just, recoup, start doing what you do best. Get your rest, get your food, make sure your weight's right, and things like that. But you cannot, let it get ahead of her. Don't be thinking about the gold medal. Thinking about winning the first round. Think about winning the second round, and then you can start thinking about winning an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Michael, hopefully yourself and Katie have some further company in your exclusive club on Sunday morning. Thanks a million for taking the call.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Cheers. Michael Carruth there, of course, Irish gold medalist.